Thank you for taking the time for self-regulation. We all know when we've had a fabulous sense of self-regulation. We held our cool at that work function. We kept a smile on our face at the fun run. We said things like, "It's completely fine, the air conditioner has had a challenging day. These things happen." But before you begin this wonderful experience, if you could take a deep breath in at your own pace. Perfect. And I'm curious if you can tune in to the rhythm of your chest expanding, relaxing, little by little, moment by moment. Perfect. We've all experienced those funny moments when we lose track of things. The house is messy. Our lifestyle becomes, to put it politely, a little creative. We forget our true sense of direction. And for some, it's because of those blurry moments. Your heart wants one thing, but your head wants another. Or we're unable to distinguish now choices from long term. And sometimes we feel it slip into a kind of "phew, I just made it" type of self-regulation. Made it to the corner store before it closed. Almost lost my cool. Just made it to work on time. Almost missed the train. And we can find ourselves on autopilot, but in the most remarkable way. We are sleeping easily. We feel internally happy, even if it's only for a split second. We eat easily, indulge in naturally nutritious food, get out and about effortlessly. And when we're riding these waves of life, why can't life always be this easy? But as you know, life is just one damn thing after another. And yet sometimes we come across the weirdest people that receive feedback gracefully, not just from nice people like yourself, but from the dense variety of mankind. How do they do that? Or the families that have the emotional intelligence to leave an area not because they want to, because they've worked out they have to. Just the other day, I attended a course on how to tell good stories, and it turns out someone once asked the greatest storyteller of all time, Steven Spielberg, for a piece of advice. He wanted to know how long you could keep two people kissing on the big screen for. Because it turns out the kissing scenes don't hold the audience's attention for very long. And he responded with something like, about 20 minutes. Gee, 20 minutes, that's a long time. But first I need to put a ticking bomb under the bed. And we have our surface structure stories we tell ourselves. And the deeper story Maybe you prefer to call it the conscious or subconscious mind. Just the other day, I was listening to one of those audio programs about motivating people, and he was pretty clever. He said some people think motivating people is telling people what to do, but that's not motivating people. That's just telling them what to do. And I'm assuming you've lived a rich and full life of a fabulousness or something in between. While I don't have a crystal ball in front of me, I'm guessing you have foresight and hindsight. Things from the past you know you could handle with more wisdom now. And things you can anticipate in the future with a different level of maturity. But the truth is, I really don't know what your sense of self needs to feel like. But what I do know is anything that can be measured can be managed. There are so many different ways to measure things. Those little marks on a thermometer, the dashboard of your car that has the speedometer, the height of things, the angle it's on, or those old-fashioned balance pans you might associate with law, justice, freedom. And I don't know how you want to measure up, but I'm curious. And so the next time you find your new threshold being tested and you deliberately choose to look into the future with foresight, you can say to yourself, I like how I handled that. The next time you find yourself going down the wrong path, and you skillfully choose to add a bit of hindsight into your future, and you can say to yourself, I really like what I did there. And so when you're ready to bring your customized, made to measure, fabulous self back into the external world, you can stretch out, wriggle your fingers and toes, and open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect, just as you are.